Hey everybody, I thought I'd just bring you this quick, really silly game I just played on ladder. It was absolutely silly. Just ridiculously silly what happened. Anyways, we'll get into the game and we'll see exactly what happens. Obviously it was a game I played, as I just said. And I'm going against a Zerg player, Captain Jericho. Who knows, name sounds super familiar. I've probably met him on the ladder before or somewhere else. But yeah. So anyways, if we open up the production tab and we can see right now I'm just kind of planning on my Forge Fast Expand versus Zerg. That was kind of my big plan here. And I thought, what the hell, you know, let's just play a standard game and hope I can win by maybe doing some Stargates earlier on. Who knows? Wasn't really too sure. You know, just had a big loss, so I felt a little weird. But either way, get into his base, scouting around, see, okay, yeah, there's no, I can tell that drone walked away. I thought, okay, he's going to try and plant his hatchery. But I could tell that, yeah, no early spawning pool. I'm pretty safe. Don't have to worry too much. So, throwing down that forge first. So anyways, even though a lot of times I have been doing the gateway first, and I say, what the hell not? I'll pylon block, and I decide to double pylon block. And, well, interestingly enough, yeah, so I cancel that one. And I don't know if he actually sees the cancel. Whoa, what's going on with my mouse? Ah! That is so weird. And he did indeed see the cancel, but look at this, he puts a base down in my base. Definitely really interested what's going on there. I decided to build the gateway first and not delay my tech, and really though, made a mistake building that pylon. I definitely shouldn't have built that pylon so soon. Here comes down that cannon though. I was debating about building a second one there, but you know, it was just like, And he's finally tearing down this pylon himself, and I'm just like, I know he's totally going to build units here and flood in my base, so I'm going to build a cannon back in my base extremely soon. Although, oh, gateway first actually I decided, I guess, because I thought, okay, it's not quite done yet, so. Either way though, definitely this cannon, you know, I kind of think I should have put up a second, not sure if it really matters that much. Interestingly enough though, he's building a drone here, and building a spine crawler, and he's also building a queen. That is definitely not something I've seen before. He's working down the rocks. Over here, we've got this cannon working away, and it will finally get this hatchery, but the queen is already out, so it doesn't really matter. And I got a stalker out, but my stalker control. Oops! That was an absolute fail, but if we look at the income tab, we can see that he's choosing to focus heavily on this attack rather than droning up behind this back at home. And, you know, that spine crawler really sucks for me. And I do have another cannon in my base, thankfully. Thankfully those drones, I mean half those regular twins were split up. My actual time for multicast is not the best. I'm going to lose a lot of workers here before getting that cell back in there to attack. But with that cannon there doing a ton of damage, it defends pretty much almost my entire mineral patch. You can't actually see the range, but I do believe it's right around here. So definitely that was a good one for me. But I do lose the pylon there, unpowering both these cannons, and I will lose my forge. And I'm not sure, did I even get level? No, I didn't get weapons 1. There's no way. Way too early. No, I didn't. Okay, I didn't think so. Warp gate, I realized it's done, so I might as well warp those in. Thankfully, I finally do have these cannons here, and of course he's got the queen, so he can keep his creep up, because at first I was like, sweet, it's gonna die, because it started bleeding by not being on creep, but then I was like, ah, crap. He's got the, 4 crawlers, whatever, and running some Zerglings in, thankfully for me. As we can see, the income loss tab is pretty darn close, even though I would say I'm slightly ahead, as I have had that economic advantage, as he really hasn't been using the second base at all yet, and he's got some roaches coming out, and well, now it's just kind of stalemate. I'm sitting here, I know I'm going to need the observer, and I was talking on the phone the whole time, up until this point. I was talking on the phone the whole time, like I totally messed up a lot of things because of that. So now I'm just going to poke out, try not let his spine crawler get too many pokes while I take out some free cubes, but then I decided, okay, as soon as I see the roaches, I know I need to retreat. That's exactly what I did. My cannon's getting a couple free shots in there, and can't attack from the high ground. Oh well, but now that I've got the Immortal, I feel comfortable pushing out against the roaches, because Immortals just absolutely own roaches in the face. It's hard at times too to click things. Yeah, 50 damage to a roach, and they only take a maximum of 20 damage, which doesn't reduce anything from the roach, but, you know, still, it's pretty damn sweet. And he's actually choosing to be very aggressive, and I like this. The fact that I'm seeing all these units continuously streaming into my base, they tell me one thing. They tell me that he is not macroing, that he is not droning up the home. And there we go, I can't save that Immortal, but I did save the one with a lot of micro, as he was trying too hard to focus it down, he's going to lose all those roaches instead of just killing off some stalkers. And this immortal, oh, poor baby getting trapped in the base. And we can see though, he, yeah, really hasn't done too much for macro, finally starting to get some miners at this base, and still not doing a huge wave of drones, but interestingly enough going for another macro hatch. I really don't think he needs it at this point, as long as his injects are good, but maybe he does want to be able to start working on that income or economy extremely soon. And yeah, I'm definitely a little bit below where I should be, and I didn't really realize that. I do that a lot, like sit at like 22 workers, and it's not quite full saturation. Actually, never mind, it is. Oh, I don't have one on here. There we go. I thought 23 was. A lot of times I'll sit like a couple short though. My original plan with this was not to closer warping point, but to place a couple cannons so I could kite his army back into it. Sadly though, his Zerglings do spot that, and I waste all my force fields, extremely poor force fields, trying to trap those Zerglings so I can kill them with my army. But, oh well. Right now I'm just going to go for sort of, you know, that one base all in, because I know that he hasn't been macroing a lot either, and I say, well, hell, I'm just going to catch him off guard, hopefully, and win the game now. And thankfully his control, very bad. My immortal actually did some pretty sweet micro there. Well, army placement. I'm starting to get better doing stuff like that. I never used to be really good at it. But as I'm coming up his ramp, you can see I moved those zealots into the front. I made sure that they'd be there to take most of the damage. And it definitely worked out extremely well. And those three immortals completely protected in the back. And the sentries even being in an awesome position to not get hurt. Like, using my sentries are in a horrible position, only getting hurt. And yeah, now I just start tearing this base apart, and of course, it still shows creep there, even though it should be there by now. And I'm just going to use the completely imbalanced force field on his ramp that everybody hates, you know. And easily take out that hatchery. Now, if we look, the incomes are pretty similar. Interestingly enough, though, he does have infestation tech done, and he'll have the extra energy with those investors popping out, so that's gonna be interesting to see if he can turn the tide of the battle. And thankfully for me though, I thought he might have more army up here, he did not, and I'm gonna bust up his ramp. And now I was thinking about building a base. Come on. But apparently not. Maybe it was just because I realized, well, someone down there was gonna build a base, but it was that I realized that that I was gonna win the game, so I just kept working units. Not 100% certain exactly how that all went. And there's me in all caps. Funny game! I totally thought this game was absolutely hilarious. Just the fact that he built, you know, a hatchery spine crawler queen combo inside of my natural, you know? And so yeah, pretty exciting. As you can see, a little bit more units. Awesome. And I didn't have to worry about a counterattack because I'd already well defended my base from counterattacks because he had been doing at my base the whole game. So anyways, hope you guys found that as enjoyable as I did. I thought that was a hell of a lot of fun. Both of us just doing absolutely stupid strategies, especially for being platinum players. So enjoy, have fun, and keep playing.